Hi, beautiful Pisces. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your August 2018 Soul Tarot reading. As always, you are seeing the image of the cards, and actually, Pisces, for you, this month, I'm just starting with a little reminder from Spirit about where things were at last month. Spirit's talking all about the eclipses. So, you know what? Let me say hi. Hi, everybody. It is great to be here with you. Spirit saying what a difference a day makes. Yesterday was just a deeply mysterious day here. Thunder and lightning and downpours of rain. And today, the light is back. And that's what Spirit wants to speak with you about. For those of you who don't know, Spirit's saying I'm an intuitive channeler. And my mission here on YouTube is to speak with you through the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck developed by Caitlin Matthews, and to use the illustrations to channel the messages that are coming through for you. Spirit's saying through me, Spirit's pointing at me, through me from Spirit for you. So this is an ongoing journey. It's an evolving part of my life, and it's a little bit different than the typical tarot. So if you have some curiosity, you want to look back at some of the prior readings, you're going to see your story over the last year and a half since I've been here. So check it out. If you're new, welcome. And welcome back to all the subscribers and all the regular viewers. I've been hearing from a lot of people. It's all about the eclipse and the intensity of the summer, isn't it? So let's jump right in. Oh, I almost forgot to say, I will put a card on the video so you can click on it. If you want to go to my website and check it out, it is Moonrise Cottage Soul Tarot.com. The link is below the video in the description. Last month, no surprise, given everything that's been going on and the journey that you've been having, you were going deep, and there was a prophecy. So if you look at the middle row, the card that shows the young man with the spear, sending out the spear, that's a prophecy card. That is the augury of skill. And that was what Spirit wanted to speak with you about. In the days going forward, Spirit says, a whole new placement for you. And if you look at the last card on the middle row on the right, that was the outcome. That's another prophecy card. And it's about the water element and being able to manifest what it is you desire out of the sacred cauldron of wisdom, healing, compassion. It is about the beginning of happiness. So, Spirit says you are continuing to be in process. And of course, as we know, it's about the eclipses all the way through August. We are all being renewed. We are all being, Spirit's talking about pulled really deep in order to re-emerge. We see that in the center column of cards. You were coming into your destiny through the dreams and the psychic abilities actually that you have. Repatterning yourself. There's some interesting words have come through. Spirit saying if you haven't seen the Cancer reading that I put out yesterday, go check it out. There's messages for all the water signs in there. And as I've been getting ready to do my monthly readings, Spirit just asked me, please do the water sign readings first and just publish them because of all the things that all the water signs are going through with the particular set point of the eclipse. The partial solar eclipse in Cancer with Pluto standing across the sky is a very powerful moment. That's what Spirit was talking about yesterday. So go check it out if you have some time. So last month, a lot of evolving, a lot of moving forward, the process of repatterning and coming into yourself, your sacred ability to be able to utilize your energy in order to, Spirit's calling it, bring your particular pattern of light into the world. So I'm going to toggle over. I'm going to show you the cards for August, and we'll jump in. There's a lot of chatter coming through, as always, about the continuation of the eclipse and et cetera, et cetera. Something really interesting. Whoops, sorry, something just rolled off my desk. Something really interesting happened today. Pisces, look at the center row. That's pretty amazing. I'll get to it. So a couple things I just want to note. On the center column, we see something very similar, but there's definite shift in movement. If you look at the center column and you look up to the top, the quest of skill, that patterning, it continues. You are continuing, and Spirit says it should be obvious. Yanking my chain a little bit. You know, about the eclipses. There's just so much going on. All the trines, all the retrogrades. Spirit says it's hot and cold. You know, there are moments when, ooh, our buttons are going to be pushed. And yet, under the surface of that stuff, there's something else going on that is very significant. Spirit wants me to direct your attention to the outcome card. That's a major arcana card. Last month there was a prophecy there about manifesting. And this month we see the spinner of growth. What it is to send the seeds of that which you are manifesting out into the world. So it's very fascinating to me that last month the first card over the top of the reading was the augury of skill, a prophecy about your skill set. And this month we see a new foundation because that Spirit says that was brought into a state of potentiation. How about that? So here you are. You got a brand new foundation. It's really beautiful. Last month, we saw the image of a young man who was a little bit wild, a little bit unruly, unfettered, Spirit says. Just stepping onto a pathway in order to initiate something new. And in 1 month's time, here we see this fairly seasoned warrior standing in the workshop, forging something new. The foundation of skill. You're making a lot of progress, and Spirit wants to talk with you about the nature of that progress, okay? So this card, if you don't know, if you know, it is the theme of the reading. It's the first card that comes out usually when I'm shuffling and I ask Spirit, what do you want me to talk about today? This one just kind of jumps out and flops right on the table. It's always a little bit fun for me. Spirit's calling it popcorn. Okay, so that's the theme. Going forward from there, and Spirit says from last month, the center point of your being, because of the shift and change that happened last month, you've come into a significant place of strength. And there you are. And, you know, those of you who are new to the channel, you'll get to know I talk about this stuff a lot. Spirit says I'm very invested. That's interesting. It's true, I guess. In the nature of the flow of an energy pattern as it inhabits a physical being. And what it is, in my experience, my job, Spirit's calling my job, to work with that energy and to do my best to send out love energy and to help everybody, invite everyone to come into a place of deep knowing so that you can utilize those energies as you walk through your days. It's about spiritual development. It's about what your soul came here to do, Spirit says. And the ways in which your soul is meant to evolve. So this is the card that indicates your energy this month, under the light of the continuation of the eclipses all the way through the end of the first week of August. And as you probably know, that's going to go forward for 6 months at least, all those energies. So you've come into a place of great strength because of the shift and change. Spirit's talking about the light, the placement of the sun in your chart. Go check it out, okay? There's a lot going on with the stimulation of your ability to grow. That's why the cards are coming out this way. And step into your strength while you are growing. It is a point of strength for you, the fact that you are growing and changing. And, you know, a lot of the water signs, they criticize themselves. And they don't feel adequate. Spirit's really saying that's just nonsense. Stop it. Like that. So, in this place of strength, once again, we see the continuation of the energy of being in touch and being in control of your destiny. Look at that. The beautiful woman of skill. She is here. Spirit's talking to me about the full moon eclipse. It's coming next week, I think. No, let's see, today's the 18th. It's coming out, so 10 days. It's coming on the 27th. In that moment, Pisces, you are going to be have available to you a very intense form of activation. You'll be able to hold the spool, a sacred spool of destiny in your hands. It's feminine energy, so it means that it's fertile. Much can come of this. Things can be born. New efforts can be started. Those dreams that you were having last month at the center of the reading, this is your moment, Spirit says. And so Spirit's talking all about using the word continuation. It's the whole eclipse season, okay? Not just July or just August. And so there's a lot of, I'm getting a lot of directive to keep saying that just so it's really clear, okay? So you'll be in charge of your destiny. Dream big, like I said last month. What is it you want to create? The woman of skill is here, and she is not here alone. She is here with the foundation of skill, this beautiful warrior, who is also in the process of utilizing the fire of the moment to forge something new. He has his tools at his back. He's standing on a very firm foundation, having evolved from the energy flow last month. So pretty amazing, Spirit's saying a pretty amazing start. And Spirit's wanting you to check out the placement of these types of cards. I'm going to just show it one more time. Look at last month. Do you see where the woman of skill was? She was in line with the beautiful, sacred, double-headed dreamer, the dreamer of growth. And you have a representation of the dreamer of growth as the outcome card this month. So things are definitely moving. Spirit says you should be able to feel the shift and change of the energy as you go through the conditions of the eclipses this month. All right. So next to the beautiful woman of skill, pardon me, Pisces, we see this gorgeous king of knowledge coming into the place. Spirit says the placement of the knowledge that you are working on receiving, working on growing into. And okay, so Spirit's talking to me about the backstory. It's an interesting story about this card. And I think what's happening, what's going to go forward is that some of the deeper aspects and the deeper storyline that I just haven't delved into yet. I think going forward, I think that's where we're going. We're going to start going a little deeper. My process is deepening in a big way, so that would be the natural outcome, Spirit's saying. This gentleman, who is a king, has manifested his development, Spirit says. He was a peasant, and there's a notion about the great earth god utilizing peasants to do their work, and in so doing, they gain a lot of knowledge, and they raise their ability. Okay, Spirit's talking about producing. It's because the augury of skill last month, and the foundation of skill, and the woman of skill. There's a lot of chatter coming through. This is not a person who was born a king. This is about a person who became a king. So, the shift and change in the male pattern of your energy, whatever that might be, really moving forward. And when we talk about the beautiful king of knowledge standing next to this woman who's bringing the fertility aspect of growth and change, that's the progression, okay? This is where you start, and you progress all the way through this. And look what's here, the very next card, back again. Because, last month it was the theme of the reading, the prophecy about what was going to come. So if you check out that progression, there's this beautiful, Spirit saying, this beautiful, wild and free, unruly soul, male patterned energy, moving your life destiny forward. because you have this desire inside of you. You feel it. I talk to you folks. You know, we do personal readings together and consultations. I know how deep you are. Okay. So I love seeing this 2 months in a row and the way the cards are aligned. So Spirit says, Spirit's saying, just watch like that. Look, just like meaning check out last month and check out the progression. So here's the thing that was very surprising to me. The Bridge card is the card that stands above the beautiful woman of skill. I've really literally never had this happen before. These cards are mostly meant to be read upright. So I haven't delved into, flipping half of the deck over and shuffling them together. It happened today when I was doing your reading. And at first I wasn't mindful of it. And when I realized, I thought, uh-oh, no, now I got to straighten one. Spirit said, no, just do it, right? I say it all the time, don't I? Just do it. Love this. Pisces, I know over the last year there's been a lot of pain for many of you. Losing loved ones, things that have been happening in your personal life. A lot of challenges. And when I see this card, which is upside down, all right, the revelation of battle. About leaving something behind, part of you passing away, or a tragedy that has happened. The way in which it causes you to move into your destiny because of the way you have to process the tragedy. So there's a story behind this card that Spirit never uses. What is being channeled through about this is when it's upside down, Spirit's saying, and referencing last month again, your troubles it's shifting. The energy is shifting. We've had 2 months in a row, prophecy after prophecy, destiny, dreaming your destiny, being connected, and the energy of that effort and the Spirit is saying the places that you inherently swim to as a Spirit is calling you the wisdom holder, the embodiment of the water sign energy. Literally being able to physically, in your physical form, swim in the water element. And Spirit's doing that, like this is what's happening inside, right? Like just deep in the ocean, deep through the rivers. I don't have to tell you, I know you know the way you swim through the energy. It's shifting. These days are coming to an end. I'm not here to tell you you're never going to have any troubles and everything's going to be perfect, because it's not. Especially this eclipse season, because, oh my God, it's rocking and rolling, Spirit says, in order to bring these changes. But the changes are coming through the water sign element. It's a beautiful moment to change your destiny, and it has been prophesied for you for 2 months in a row. As we've been coming close to the days and that we're going through now. So, it's about leaving that anxiety behind, Spirit says. Try to let go of those things that are lingering. Cut the ties of those things psychically for yourself. And know that you are releasing them. Because look at the card that's right on top. That is the elopement of skill. The third skill card, the fourth in this reading. And every single one of these skill cards is about building, creating, manifesting, and sending out a new skill set. And now we have the elopement of skill. Beautiful story about a pair of sacred lovers. A spell was cast upon them. They were in a banquet hall, for a wedding. And, life. Spirit says, life. Okay, Spirit's telling me, hold this up. Life. Like that. Spirit just keeps saying it. Damn. Like that. Damn it all. Don't you worry at all. So, this woman, in this half of a couple, there was some jealousy going on in the background, and somebody wanted to prevent that union. There was some energy, negative energy, I guess the best way to say it, She literally had to fly into the mouth of one of the female guests in the banquet hall. She was turned into a fly in order to keep them apart. So she flew into the mouth of this woman, and, you know, these are all mystical stories, and was reborn. And in her rebirth, because she was able to go through this passage, just come all the way through, and look at both of them. Isn't it interesting that it's always backwards on the screen? It's upside down. I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I just think it's awesome. And then right on the heels of that is that. It tells me everything I need to know, kind of, about the other stream of information that's coming through the reading. Okay, so I'm going to toggle back and we'll talk about them. So exciting. So, you know, in the end of those stories, the one where we see the one that's upside down, right, reversed, is the revelation of battle. That which is revealed about your life destiny, and that's what the last 2 or 3 months have all been about. All of you know that have been following along. So the revelation of battle at the bridge card placement, reversed, is a story about a young woman who, while in the womb of her mother, cried out, and there was a prophecy that came. They could hear her. And so, similar type of story, Spirit says. There's a prophecy that came that had to do with her destiny. And because of the way she was crying out from the womb, Spirit's calling them the soothsayers. The soothsayers declared that her life was going to be filled with tragedy and she was going to bring forward a lot of despair. On the day of her birth, they tried to kill her. And the king of the land said, "No, bring that baby to me." And his intention was to raise this baby and actually, Spirit's calling use, because, you know, back in the day, right, utilize this woman to be his wife when she reached adulthood. So, because it's a fairy tale, of course, she grew up and she fell in love with somebody else. And they ran away together. The king lured them back with a promise of amnesty. And upon coming back into his territory, of course, he killed her lover. Spirit says, look at the left-hand column and understand these cards, not as literal translation. It's not about you and your lover. Remember, we're doing Soul Tarot. Pisces, this is about you. This is about Spirit saying you and you. I was talking to Cancer yesterday about that too. Your ability to be with yourself has arrived, and that spell is broken. Whatever it is that's been holding you back, you know, and Spirit's talking about sort of the karmic stuff that we all come in with. You know, there's a whole discussion. I'm not going to divert myself with that. But it's your moment of karmic resolution. That's what Spirit's trying to say. And trying to show that to you through these cards in the left-hand column. So, that was a long transition. Back to this. So, she was reborn. In that moment, she was able to reach her lover. Oh my God, you know, thank you, Spirit. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm so grateful that I get to have the joy of doing this, first of all, in my life, and that the way the messages come through. Look. Okay, Spirit says, think about the mirror-like image, and the mirror image of these two stories, right? This one, all about triumph. This one, all about, Spirit says, the opposite of triumph. And that's what sits as the foundation underneath them. With the foundation of skill, male patterned energy is the first card, okay, the theme for the reading. The ability and the strength of the male energy to carry this forward. And you know what I love about it? I'm going to toggle back. He's working with fire. And look at this card. Just, oh gosh, Pisces, it's such a joy always to do your readings. Check it out. You see? Holy cow. So we've had this partial eclipse of the sun. We're coming into the days of the full moon eclipse on the 27th of July, and then there will be another eclipse. Again, Spirit's talking about the cycle. Understand the full cycle of the days. And the wow, Spirit just said to me, karmic retribution, meaning those things are done. And it's interesting. I think, because of this, there's a moment happening, I think, where, those of you who are walking through this lifetime, this Spirit saying, this kind of crap, done. Okay, Spirit said if I use the different cards, you'd see the Justice card. All right, so that's all the notions in all of this stuff, okay? So in this beautiful ring of fire, and Spirit's been talking about the eclipses from last year. So go check out the ring of fire eclipse from last year and the Lion's Gate. For some reason, Spirit's talking about it a lot. It'll be interesting to me as a reader to see if it comes out for all the signs or if this is just about the water signs. But there's a lot of power, right? You are your element, the water element, with Pluto standing across the sky in this eclipse. That's a big deal. Spirit says don't discount. And that's why you're seeing the cards. The power coming through the cards, okay? So finally, I'm going to finish this story for those of you who don't know. So she had a curse put on her. She was unable to, obviously, in that moment, be with her lover. She flew into the mouth of the woman in the banquet hall. She was immediately reborn. She was able to run across the banquet hall, bond with her lover, and they ran to the giant chimney, and they transformed. They just transformed. And because of the type of love that we're talking about, which is heart chakra energy love, okay, again, not talking about couples at all, that might be going on for you, but Spirit says it's not the discussion we want to have right now. They rose through the smoke hole, and they turned into swans, and they flew away. Wow, I'm getting choked up. Pisces, I just love you so much. Oh, the power you hold within yourself for transformation. It's deep this month. Spirit says, seize the moment, okay? Seize the moment. Understand. That which was holding you back has been overpowered by the positive energy that's coming in. And that, Spirit's telling me, throw the card. Just throw it. I'm going to do it. Right? Gone. That's done. That's what I'm getting. Okay? So focus right there because this is your soul. Okay? These cards on the top row is about the soul response. Some of the karmic destiny. What you're working on a soul level. Why you even came here to begin with. Right? Depending on what you believe. You're working on binding yourself to the sacred pattern of energy that is within you. And, people nowadays talk a lot about twin flames and all that kind of stuff. And I know that's easy to interpret this that way. Spirit says it's about the twin flame of your internal energy. Okay? So, when you go through the days of the full moon eclipse in 10 days, Spirit says, hold steady. You're a Pisces. Nobody needs to tell you to go deep. You are deep. You live in the deep. There is also an arising that's happening, coming up out of those places because of your karmic destiny to arise and stand in the fire and the passion of a Pisces. And we know it's deep, don't we? So, look at that next card. How much do we love that is still there? Spirit is good. We've had 2 stories so far in this reading about an entity, Spirit says, being born and the different types of destiny that those entities had and what the purpose was of that and how the karmic destiny came forward. So Spirit's literally saying, pardon me, so do you see like that? Do you see? Do you get it? Like Spirit's really wanting you to understand and look into the symbology of the cards and draw deeply from that place, okay? This is about, you can be in a little place of overwhelm because it's intense. And, you know, oh, there's another piece of message come. All right, let me finish this thought. So, overwhelm, being born is not easy. Incarnating is not easy. We have to go through a lot of decision making. We have to go through a lot of choice. It can be overwhelming. Just totally anxiety producing and overwhelming at times. That's why you see leaves fluttering around, right? Don't be overwhelmed. If you do not have someone in your life that you can just be naked with, and I'm not talking about physically, okay? I'm not making suggestions. Spirit is really laughing at me today. The energy at Moonrise Cottage today is just playful, just beautiful, sunny, not too hot, not too cold. There's a breeze. You know, one of those beautiful summer days, robin egg blue. So there's a lot of joy in the air. And Spirit says, and there's a lot of joy in the air. Okay, like this. So, and can you see how effervescent, like just even it's streaming through me. I'm just a little goofy today. Like I'm loving it. All right, so, because yesterday was intense. Yesterday was about Pluto. Here we go. All right, water signs, Spirit says. Give me a moment. All right. Yes, it's a rebirth process. We've got a whole bunch of that in this reading in order to help you really understand it in all the facets in which, through all the facets, it's like a prism is what Spirit's trying to say, okay? It captures light, and it just refracts the light, you know, breaks the light apart so you can see all the different colors. That's what Spirit's trying to tell you, okay? Oops, now look, I turned that one upside down. What am I doing? Hang on. All right. When you decided to incarnate here, you were intending to have this journey in order to move your soul forward. That's part of why we come here, to have an experience, to learn, to grow, to shift and change, and then be able to do it again and come back and have the next piece. All right? So that's what Spirit's talking about, in essence. And, you know, I love that when we're talking about a sacred couple, right? The bonding of your sacred male and female energy within yourself that causes you to rise into the heavens, bonded forever in the passion of that moment of fusion, and fly away because swans mate for life. And then the next thing that happens when you bond yourself like that, and you have this karmic moment, oh, Spirit made me throw the card away. Let me toggle over, right? And that other shit is done. I'm sorry, I'm swearing, but it's really what's happening in the background. That shit's over. That's what Spirit says, okay? In a karmic way, it's a hot eclipse. We're all going to get in arguments. People are pushing our buttons. It's true for me. I got Aries rising, so good luck to me because, you know, wow. Spirit's laughing at me, saying, yeah, it's on. And it is, right? It's bringing forward something wonderful. When that energy bonds together through that kind of a mythical story, Pisces, do you see? Again, Spirit saying, do you see? Like whispering it, and like an excited person would say, do you see that? Oh my God, look at that. You know, like when you're driving along and you see, you know, some unusual event. A moose standing in a field. Man, I'm in Vermont, so we see these things, right? A bobcat running through the driveway. There was a bear at my house last night. Just a lot, just something that astounds you. That's what Spirit's talking about in terms of this reading. So obviously there's Pisces. And you know, when I got up this morning, that was the first thing that came into my mind is you got to do Pisces next. And I'm really glad I gave in to the urge. So there are all the wisdom animals around you, all right? Bringing wisdom while you are on this quest of skill. That's what this is. In these moments, while you are in the center of your human being, in a place of immense power, the empowerment of your will. That's what that's all about. And again, it's feminine energy. Okay? Fabulous. And you see this person, this is actually a woman, that she is holding the sword of victory. This would be the strength card in the typical tarot, okay? So we see the lion and all of these things here. What she did was she followed the pattern of the energy. See that rabbit? This is a little mythical story about somebody who actually existed. She was a druid. Her family was slaughtered by the Romans as they were coming across Europe. And she just said, now you pissed me off, and I'm going to kick your ass. Listen to me today. That's what's going on, okay, karmically. And she did. She beat the Roman army, if you can imagine. Again, standing next to the revelation of battle, which is in reverse. Spirit says, and there you go. All right? So, standing above this card is the notion, again, of coming into a new life. You are in the process of incarnating. Oh, okay. Wow. Hang on a second. Okay, you know what's happening? You are beginning to set the pattern of your next incarnation. When you think about all the chatter that I've been doing, and all the cards that indicate new life and destiny and shift and change, certainly you are here for this karmic moment. It's the moment when you can set your intentions, if you care to do so, Spirit says, for your next lifetime. I've never said anything like that, and believe me, I don't say it lightly. That's what's literally coming through. Yeah. It's your karmic moment, right? So Spirit's saying, in these moments where you're in your strength, with all of this deep dreaming, this pattern of awakening that you are experiencing in this lifetime, this is the karmic moment that you came here to experience this time around. And your life is going to go forward and continue to unfold, right? But in these days, when you're in the period of the new moon, from the new moon to the full moon, and the energy and the intention is waxing, I'm going to toggle over. As we see it happening in the cards, you know, you can, if you don't know, I'm assuming everybody knows this, set the intentions. Say what you want. This is what I would like to manifest, because you have the power to do it clearly. I have no doubt in my mind when I see the way the cards have been over the last couple of months. Check it out. Look. Look, Pisces, my God. Woo! Amazing. Amazing. So, write it down. Okay? Whatever it is. What would you like to be able to achieve in this lifetime? And what would you like to be able to achieve the next time you come here? This is a moment when you can set that into intention. That's what these eclipses are about for you, Pisces. Those are the kinds of things that are coming through my spirit guides. All right? And Spirit says, and the icing on the cake, one of my favorite goddesses in the entire deck. Look at her. Oh my God, I love her. I love this woman. That is the love of the universe, with its full attention on you, Pisces. And now I'm getting choked up. And those of you that know me know when I'm like really hitting the nail on the head, you know, what I get comes in through my heart chakra, and then it goes to my brain. I have to figure out what Spirit's talking about, right? Spirit says you know what I'm talking about because you can feel it, okay? To be loved in a way that is so profound, with no judgment, just with joy and compassion, the deepest compassion that exists, available for all of us. And she, the mother of the universe, Spirit is saying, is holding you, your vessel, and she has her whole intention on you. And what she does, you see the portal? And my Spirit says, am I lying? I've never heard Spirit like this. So excited, okay? Snarky, right? Am I lying? Do you get me? Do you feel me trying to use the just kind of the slang that we use? All right. That is the Sacred Alchemist. It is a major arcana card. The Mingler of Energy. Okay. I'm going to toggle back. I'm going to read to you from the book about that. Because that is the last card on the spirit realm. The place toward which your destination is traveling in this lifetime in order to be prepared to finish this journey, but also to initiate the journey you're going to have in your next lifetime. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this card is about combination, coordination, adaptation, harmony, compatibility, fusion, alchemical tempering, gifts of experience. The Mingler shows Coventina, the goddess of the holy spring, which seems to have been popular with women who would leave offerings in return for safe, okay, now I'm going to cry, getting ready, for safe delivery from childbirth. Look at that, Pisces. The deities of the waters were among the most primal spirits venerated by the pre-Celtic peoples. Rites and offerings at ancient wells and springs and lakes continue to this day throughout Europe, attended by those who seek the healing waters. Coventina is akin to another Celtic goddess, Rosmerta, the great provider. Rosmerta is often shown churning milk into butter, and both of these goddesses provide body and soul with suitable nurture while transmuting opposites. I'm just, wow. God, last year we all thought, Spirit saying, we thought that eclipse season was it. Like that was, okay, again, I don't know why Spirit's swearing today, but pardon me. Spirit says, we thought that was the shit. And Spirit says, joke's on you because you were wrong, right? So Spirit's been talking about the circle of this year. Yeah, go watch Cancer, okay? Spirit wants you to see it. So, back to Coventina. Both goddesses provide body and soul with suitable nurture while transmuting opposites. Look at the left-hand column. The Mingler of Energy modifies our actions. It is by her vigorous churning that milk becomes butter, and that our unformulated aspects become solidified. The ability to combine, to draw out the right decision or the idea for the circumstances is her gift. And the soul question is, what is your experience teaching you? And what Spirit is saying to me is, we're talking about your spiritual experience. The things you never talk about, Pisces. I know, right? I mean, those of you who know me, you know something about my story. I lived a secret life, literally, for most of my life. Spirit's telling me I experience, as an earth sign, I'm a Virgo with Aries rising. I experience what you experience. If an earth sign could be a water sign, that would be me. That's what Spirit's saying. Because you're so deep, and you're so intuitive, and you're so psychic. And it's all about service and healing. And as your soul destiny continues to transform, okay, Spirit's talking about locally and globally, meaning in this lifetime, and the soul of Pisces in a global sense, meaning a universal energy pattern. You know, those of you who are coming back and forth, and Spirit's telling me, people who are in that energy set point, no, I'm saying it wrong, that energy set point continues to evolve through the human evolution that comes forward as we incarnate. So Spirit's talking about the energy in the universe, you know, utilizing and having the intention to come and assist a human, have a human lifetime. Oh my gosh, I think that's going to turn into a live stream. would take me 2 hours to talk about what just downloaded, but that's the gist of it, okay? So Spirit says dwell deeply on that, and the churning, and the goddess Coventina, all those things. There is something very important happening in these moments. It's profound, and it is your connection to the universal energy that is churning in an endless cycle to bring forward what is meant to arrive. As those of you who come here in the Pisces energy set point are meant to assist the development of the destiny for all. Obviously, I know you don't need me to tell you that. Okay? So, Spirit's telling me to pick from the bag of runes. And I'm going to do that. And then after that, we'll talk about the outcome card. Okay? Okay, Spirit, what is the message for Pisces that you're trying to bring forward? Please give us a little more insight. That was really intense and beautiful. Thank you. Just to bring some more clarity, Spirit. Okay, hang on. Let me get out the book. You're going to love it. Perfect. Couldn't be more perfect. Spirit's saying, I'm talking about all the stuff I was talking about. I mean, it's, what Spirit was saying that comes out of that place. All right, hang on a sec. That's going to be challenging because you know what? I'm nearsighted. I don't have my glasses. So I have to squint my way through it. Okay. Okay. Spirit says this comes first just to that's the picture, Spirit says. All right. Here's the rune. Let's see if it's always backwards when I hold it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There it is. This is the rune for opening, for fire, and the torch. So we see 3 images of fire in your reading. I'm going to show it to you. Look at the cards. You see the fire that was the first card, the foundation of skill. And then we see an image of a fire sitting in the background behind the King of Knowledge on the human realm. And we see the image of a fire on the spiritual realm. We're talking about transmutating the energy of your existence. Pisces, really what we're talking about is the deepest aspect of your mission as an energy pattern, not as a being. You come here carrying this. That's what Spirit's trying to talk with you about, okay? Wow. Now I know I was getting this push. Yesterday was such an intense day. I've been a little, weary because it's a lot of energy for me to give off sometimes. And, boy, Spirit would not let me rest today until this came out. Okay. So, this is the rune of opening and renewed clarity and of dispelling the darkness that has been shrouding some part of your life. You are free now, both to receive gifts and to know the joy of non-attached giving. This rune is Kano, the rune for the morning of activities, for serious, clear intent and concentration, all of which are essential at the beginning of any endeavor. This rune, Kano, is one of the 13 cycle runes. The protection offered by Kano is this: the more light you have, the better you can see what is trivial and outmoded in your own conditioning. In relationships, there can now be a mutual opening up, which you may trigger and set in motion through your awareness that the light of understanding is once again available. Recognize that while on the one hand you are limited and dependent. On the other hand, you exist at the perfect center where harmonious and beneficent forces of the universe merge and radiate. Oh my God, Pisces. Whoa! That's intense. I mean, very seriously, that's intense. Okay, I'm finish reading, then we'll talk about the outcome. Okay? Yep, see if I can hold that up. Whew, my goodness. I'm going to read that last paragraph again, okay? Recognize that while on the one hand, you are limited and dependent, meaning in your human life, Spirit says, as a human. On the other hand, you exist as the perfect center where the harmonious and beneficent forces of the universe merge and radiate. You are that center. Simply put, if you have been operating in the dark, there now is enough light to see that the patient on the operating table is you. I'm going to toggle back to the cards. Look at that. Look at the left-hand column. Spirit's telling me I did a good job. Okay, let's... Oh, man, this is long. So if you're still with me, thank you, okay, for the patience. There's just so much love energy streaming through for you. I hope you're feeling it. Whew. Spirit says we don't really need to talk about this because you get it now, all right? But, well, actually, while you're having this experience and all these things are unfolding, understand. And Spirit says, Spirit's been talking about this since I've been here on YouTube. These conversations are deepening because it takes time to learn the language, right? This is the next phase of development in all the ways I talked about. And it really, in these days of these eclipses, and I think going forward from there, because we see the image of a tree, right? The spinner of growth. And this was coming through, your energy, when you transmute into these places that Spirit's been talking with you about today, that actually literally sends energy out. And you begin to plant the seeds, pardon me, of that which is meant to come forward as a result of your own journey. I'm sorry, I've got a catch in my throat. So Spirit's talking about, it's not just about the seeds of your own journey and the seeds that you can plant about your next lifetime with all the divine intentions that you have inside of yourself now about the way you'd like the world to be, what kind of a place you'd like to come into, what you want the outcome of your energy pattern walking here right now through your days, knowing with certain clarity. Spirit says, like a near-death experience where you think you're going across, you get pulled back, and then you can't ever be the same again because you've seen something. Spirit says that's what this moment is about. And understand, embrace it. Spirit says, don't freak out. Just know. You know what? Spirit's saying it's time to know what you already know and to understand a very deeply mystical basis all the things that are happening now and the fact that you really do carry the energy pattern inside of you that is needed here in this place. You can trust it, you can embrace it, and let it shine, okay? My God, I'm going to be so eager to talk to you next month. I just thank you, and I'm sending my love energy out to you along with Spirit today. Whatever you feel like you can share or talk about on the message board below the video, please do it. Talk to each other, talk to me. Can't wait to hear it, okay? I love you. I'll talk to you next month.